Well, one night I was lying in bed. I wasn't feeling well. I really wasn't feeling well. And I think I was talking to Donna about, more of an imminent death situation. And suddenly my mind shifted. And I had remembered this owl that I had heard about 6 months ago. I hadn't heard the owl since that one night in June. Well, that night at about 1:30 in the morning, the owl is back, sitting on very close to my window, making the owl sounds. And I felt that extreme blessing from the fact that I was possibly able to call an owl or to connect. We live in houses and everything, and sometimes it's hard to connect with nature, but I actually felt really connected to nature, and I felt this permeable relationship between, myself and the natural world, which was just quite extraordinary and quite ordinary, but as blessing, I didn't start running around the house saying, "Do you hear the owl? Do you hear the owl?" I laid in bed and I listened to it, and I had a smile on my face. But it's that connection, and maybe just even further the blessing. What is the blessings? It's the connection to others. When I became ill, to other people, to the world, when I became ill, I realized something that was most important to me was the interconnectedness that I had with all beings. That interconnectedness, I felt the oneness and the lack of separateness between self and other. And I think that comes from really having a quality of egolessness, just a sense of egolessness.
It's interesting to me to see what your reflections on choosing gerontology might mean to you in this time, because you're choosing a path that has to do with impermanence in general, and very much so, and aging even more so, and death obviously as well.
And a path that I won't ever really, I won't execute myself.
That's
I
right.
won't, with all that study of aging, I won't really ever go through that myself. I listen to planes a lot. The sense that they come and then they drift off into emptiness, or trains that blow their horn, or you can hear their train tracks, and then they drift off into emptiness, and that creates that sense of longing. So I feel like that might be part of the reason why I got into gerontology, because I was always, from a very young age, looking at old age and always very aware of death. Because I even said that I used to watch this favorite TV show that I had called Bewitched, and every Wednesday night when the show was over, I would think to myself, and this was, I'm 10, 11, 12, I would say to myself, gee, I wonder if you'll be here next week to see this TV show again. So from a very young age, I questioned that I might not make it from a Wednesday to a Wednesday. I liked studying death. I liked studying aging. I liked being in that environment of, it could be nursing home, could be assisted living, because it's far as close as we can get to charnel ground in this country. That was it. So maybe there was an intuitive sense clearly there was an intuitive sense to my getting involved or being involved in gerontology. And now I just have a lot of sense of humor about it. You know,
Okay, here we go. You wanna mush them together?
what?
Here, I'll put a little of that gloss on too. Here you go, sweetie. Okay, let me see you. Well, that was almost good enough. Let me see you again. Let me see your eyes too. Okay, here we go.
We'll see you, Mom. Oh yeah, right back to rock star form.
Well, and even as for my son, in terms of relationship, you know, when I first was told I had stage 4 cancer, my son James was 20. And, you know, the likelihood of me living more than a few months didn't seem to be possible. But I've had almost 3 more years